You can be sure of that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get rolling here. I think John Hansen's going to join us here soon. Everybody's having computer issues. Brisbois was supposed to hook up with us too, but I think Steve's having some computer issues, so I don't think he's going to make it.
Yeah, I'm meeting Francois and his wife later for dinner at 7, so I have to leave about in an hour and 15-20 minutes.
No worries. We'll make it short and sweet.
Yeah.
I know you had a couple of items you wanted to talk about that. I don't think we haven't had a show since that thing came out about the bikini girls, right?
Right. Did you guys read, not just watching the video, did you guys read the paper?
I have not read the paper. I saw the video.
I watched the video. That was enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the video is it's very short, considering the whole paper is, they got 28 pages. And
do you think there's something to it?
Well, it's something to it. I mean, I right away, what I did is I contacted really big bikini girls, really famous bikini girls from the industry, which are having teams, making a ton of money and are really big in the industry. And I mean, it's kind of funny, first I was totally kind of in shock when I read it, but then looking at it now, I mean, what you sign. I mean, it should not be that the president's son is running a sleazy website. I mean, that's beyond that, but when you're a girl, they invite you for a photo shoot, and then, hey, can you take your shirt off? Can you say no? Okay, you can say, okay, I'm pressured, I want this pro card and thing, and then of course you might get really upset if then you take the shirt off and you don't get the pro card.
Yeah.
I mean, think about, I would be a judge, and I know quite a few of the judges, and Jim Jr., or I don't know how you call him, Jim, would tell me, hey, number so-and-so is one of my girls. I don't give a fuck. I really don't.
Did you?
It's good for you. I mean, I will have a tough time even preferring my wife on stage. If I'm judging, I judge what I see, and I can see that some of those girls get upset. They did the lesbian stuff in the hotel and all the thing, and they were promised the pro card and then placing 15th. Yeah, you fell for a swindle pretty much.
You're a bodybuilder, bro. You gotta call it as you see it. That's why you don't see too many of us judging. None of the old bodybuilders are judging shows. There are some, but there's very few. They don't want us judging shows, because if we start judging shows, we're going to call it as we see it, because we've all been on stage and felt like we got robbed, so we're going to call it the way. But come on, man, we've all known things have been going.
I asked to judge
stories from stuff I've seen over 30 years and things I was told and things I observed, but I've kept my mouth shut this long, and I just figure I'm just going to keep it shut. But I have no doubt everything those articles were kind of true. And like you said, those girls walked away. The girls could have walked away. But I guarantee it's like, come on, all of a sudden you walk away and all of a sudden you're placing stuff where you don't place at all.
Yeah, but it doesn't
both ways.
This article was more about girls complaining there were promises made and they still didn't place. I mean that's tragic. I get that. So I talked to one of the biggest bikini teams. That's my parrot over there. He starts screaming. I said, do you remember like any years where there was like a real funny, the Bikini Olympia, the judging was really bad? He said 1 year, 15 girls competed. It was only 1 year. 13 were on the contract. Yeah, I don't know, buddy. 13 of the 15 were on the contract with Jim, and the winner didn't look good at all. But that was 1 year. And I don't know how many bikini shows I've seen. I've seen the Olympia Bikini for at least 13, 14 years now. I don't remember any year where I would have to say, wow, that's ridiculous. I don't. So I feel bad for those women, and who felt pressured into doing stuff like that. But I don't think it was necessary to do, and it's not going to guarantee you any better placings, as you saw. So you made a mistake. Jim made a mistake, but then they did pull the website in 2018-19. I think they did realize that this is a little bit of a problem here. And it's also funny. I bet the other federation, Wayne D'Amelia, is in some way behind this. You know, now they're hiring.
I was going to ask you who is the source? Who was the whistleblower
sure.
on this?
You know, they're hiring Wayne to kind of save that dying elite league. I mean, the elite league is dying. They have nothing left, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the elite league in Switzerland, we had our Swiss Grand Prix 3 weeks ago, 150 athletes, and the Swiss championship 2 weeks before had 45 athletes. And we're only a regional. We're not even a pro qualifier at this point. So they're in Switzerland. They're everywhere. They're losing all their stars. Krizo, which we probably talk about it a little later, left now too. They have nothing left. So they're hiring now Wayne to save that sinking boat. And then this story comes out, you know. But then again, I don't say under any way that this is right, that, you know, the sons should, you know, kind of pressure girls into do anything and then put it on a sleazy website for $20 a month. Yeah. I mean, he is just sleazy. That's just what it is. But, you know, I kind of always knew that a little bit. I mean, when you look at that family, I mean, there's the 2 good-looking guys which are taking over the federation, and then this guy's the photographer. I mean, you know, come on.
Yeah. Well, he's at all the he's at all the son. He's at all the NPC shows, taking pictures and stuff. And my both of my exes were both competitors, bikini competitors, and they never had any problems.
Yeah. I talked to a lot of bikini girls, and just nobody ever had a problem. And then there were others like Timea. She was probably my favorite bikini girl back in the days, Timea Majarova. She, I don't know if you saw in the article, she's like, I love naked pictures. I love taking the naked pictures. It's great stuff, you know.
I'm sure some of them do.
I love it, you know. So, yeah, it's tragic, but I think it will blow over pretty quickly, you know. So I've seen one promoter giving up his show, Kentucky show. I can't be part of this anymore. I mean, come on, you know. You have a sport where girls stick out their asses like, you know, I'm not going to say it like it's a porn, you know. So you're going to have some sleazebacks around it, you know. I mean,
I remember a large following.
My first photo shoot in the United States. The photographer, very famous guy, said, look, I have this special color to put on. I have to come to your hotel. There's a certain stroke. I have to do this. I have to show you. I say, just give me the thing. I'll be just fine, you know. Don't worry about it. You know, so yeah, right. So yeah, I'm not half as shocked as I was when I kind of came across the article, then Washington Post, and I was like, wow, this is now really like a big thing. But I'm pretty sure if I go to the Olympia, Jim will just, it's even better. Jim already arranged the photo shoot in 3 weeks with the top 6 bikini girls. Everybody's going, you know. So they're acting like nothing even happened. And did you see the letter they gave out?
Yeah, I got the email about this forming a committee.
Yeah,
I got that.
It's like the people who are kind of guilty, they're investigating themselves now. I don't know exactly how that should work, but that's all right, you know. So yeah, nothing will come of it. I can guarantee you.
I don't think it's going to go anywhere from what I've read and stuff. John, what's up?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, man.
Hey John, how are you?
Hi, John.
JP.
Yeah.
Quincy, how you doing?
I'm very
John,
good.
Did you read that letter about the bikini girls or the girls complaining?
No, I don't think I saw that one. No. Did that just come out this week?
2 weeks ago, the Washington Post broke out an article about.
I saw the article. Yeah.
Yeah. That. What's your take on that?
I kind of knew it was coming. Somebody told me about it, so I thought there was going to be several articles, and I'm surprised there hasn't been anything following up since that.
Ron Howard in a documentary about it.
Who did?
Ron Howard's going to be making a documentary about this thing.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
I mean, it should have came 20 years ago. I've seen things and I've seen a lot of things. So, but and I've been told things and I've seen things with my own eyes. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
You can't have all these hot, beautiful women and not have someone running around and trying to take advantage of it. It's just going to happen.
Oh, sure. That's going to happen. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. You hear a lot about it more with coaches and stuff.
I'd be surprised if it's happening to the guys too.
All the girls out there.
Well, these days, you never know.
To all the girls out there, just say no. It's as simple as that, you know.
It's very simple. I mean, it's kind of like the Weinstein type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, we see the girls who are complaining, but there's a whole bunch of them that went past that guy that are in pictures with him, associated with him, and they're in top movies all over the planet, making millions of dollars. They're not saying a peep. So, you know, have vested interests. And guys like me who train people aren't going to say a word. I'm not going to say nothing because I know better, because I have clients that compete in shows. And if I want them to place okay, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. That's what I'm down to. Okay. It is what it is. There's no huge organization like this is not going to have some stuff popping off in it. Now, if they don't get, for them to get a hold of it and maybe clamp it down and get the stuff under control, the only way I could see that happen unless you take the guys away from judging the girls, which is just silly to me. I don't know how you can, when you got this many beautiful women, somebody's going to want to try to take advantage of it.
Then you have the sponsors. Then there's somebody. There's always going to be somebody who's.
There's always, and there's no way to really stop. 10,000 years of human evolution from people screwing each other over. Just trying to get what they want. It's something for they want. It's just the way things are. This has been going on since time. They have something you want. People are going to figure out a way to do whatever they want to do.
Sure.
You know?
Okay. What about Krizo getting his pro card? Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
And he's going to Olympia.
I don't know if he is going. I know he's qualified.
Yeah. I think he's. From what I heard, he's going.
Who's that?
Krizo.
Krizo,
new guy.
Yeah,
he looked good. He looked pretty good when he won that pro show, huh?
Yeah, he was impressive.
I mean, the posing is.
Yeah, I made a lot of improvement from when he got his card.
Yeah, the posing was very off, and his breathing.
I think it's going to hurt him when he gets up there. Yeah.
I would really, if I be him, I would not compete this year. I would make those improvements.
Oh, really?
Although the back did come up a little bit. I would go to the Arnolds.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Which kid is that? I didn't hear his name.
Michael Krizo. Okay, you have some pictures, Jason?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up here.
I've probably seen his pictures.
Is this his last show? Let me see if this is it. Right,
was in Prague. The Alds in Prague.
I probably don't know his name.
Is this it here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great shot.
Yeah, he looks great in that pose.
I've seen him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's where's he from?
It's probably a Russian or Czechoslovakia. I'm not sure. The Russian, probably.
Yeah.
Eastern Europe for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
These pictures are great.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
He's going to the Olympia, right?
Yep. And like his very weak back, really, it was better this time. Really came up in the last couple of months.
Yeah,
have any back photos?
This was 2 weeks earlier, 3 weeks earlier when he got the pro card. Yeah.
He just got his pro card? Wow. 2
weeks before. And then he went to his first pro show, won the show, although not against great competition.
No, there wasn't a lot of good ones. Yeah. He doesn't really have anything on his back.
Back and glutes, that's kind of, and the midsection, the breathing, that's a little bit his issue. But other than that, so give him a year or two, and he can win the Olympia. Who knows? Huh?
Yeah. Who was it? Who tore their bicep? They're not going to the Olympia.
Oh, Nathan
Deshay.
He tore his bicep. He tore both biceps.
Yeah.
But he can't go to the United States anyway, what I took. So
or both biceps, Phil?
Right.
I'm trying to pull it up here.
How do you do that?
Nathan Deshay out of 2022 Olympia after right bicep injury, 2 bicep tears in the same year. So I guess he did it before, and now he just did another one.
Yeah.
How's he that?
He cannot come to the Olympia anyway. You guys know that.
Oh, legal issues.
Can't do it anyways. Why? Because of the visa?
He has a criminal record, so I don't think he can travel to the United States.
He snapped it throwing a son football.
It's always that kind of crap for moving furniture, yeah. I know. Remember Idris Wardell? He won the USA one year. The overall the USA, maybe 2004, 5, 6. I don't know. He was hitting a tennis ball, playing with his son, and tore his biceps.
2002. He won it 2002 because I won it 2001. And he won it right after 2002.
Okay.
Yeah, but Idris was putting a lot of Synthorol in his arms too.
Oh, okay.
Well, that'll do it.
Well,
weaken all them tendons and ligaments in there.
I would think too, if you had a lot of microscopic tears, it's only time before it completely.
It's so out.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are talking about. A lot of these guys are getting this new thing. These bodybuilders, and their muscles are just going. I asked 2 doctors about it, and they're telling me they don't really know what it is, but it's like the muscles just disappears and it just dissipates. And I'm like, what do you mean? I see these guys walk around like their teardrop in their quad is just gone. It's non-existent.
Wow.
Or like, or one of their pecs, it's not torn. It's just the muscles just like it's been taken out or something, or it's deflated. I don't know what it is, but it's some kind of new thing. I've seen 2 guys with this thing, and one guy told me that that's one of the things Idris had on his whole side of his body. And I don't know who it is, but I was like, God dang, man, what the hell's going on? You're getting these guys, and they're. I've seen 2 guys that I know personally that I've known for years, 20, 30 years here in Vegas, and I'm like, dude, what the hell's going on with the chest muscles just gone? And the guys, it's not like he tore it. He said the doctors don't know what the hell it is.
Wow.
I'm sitting around, I don't know what the hell that is. I'm just, as long as I don't think I'm worried about that certain point. I happened to me. I was like, shit, man, what the hell's going on with that?
I've never seen such a thing.
But I've seen 3 people with it so far.
Wow.
Hey, JP, why does Diasha have a criminal record? Was that when they had COVID and he got in a fight with the cops because he wanted to open his gym?
I don't know if he had it before or but I know he can't go to the United States. So I mean, if that's not true, I would like him to correct me. But he wasn't competing in the United States, I think, since the Ferrigno Classic that's many years now.
Yeah.
So that's,
I didn't know
I was told by a friend from England who is working out in the same gym, but hopefully, I really hope it's not true, but he really didn't come to the United States in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't seen him compete in the Olympia in several years, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he does win shows every year, so.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that that other kid the other Russian kid, we pulled him up once, who is going for his pro card, I think, in a week or 2.
Good Vito.
Oh yeah, the one that's coming from the IFBB Pro or the Elite or whatever. Right?
First, I was really disappointed when I saw the pictures, but then I realized this was just like a regional qualifier for the pro qualifier. So he had to do a show before.
Yeah.
So that looking at that guy has serious potential.
Yeah, he's young enough. Yeah, 25 years old.
Yeah.
Are all the Olympia qualifiers done now?
Not sure if there's another show.
I mean, we're 6 weeks out now, right?
Yeah.
So we're getting close. I can't imagine there being much more if there is.
I wouldn't think so. How many guys are in the Olympia?
It's in the
Including
30s,
the guys
I think,
with
right?
points.
That's 30 are qualified. Then what's his name? Regan is not going. Obviously, Diasha is not going, and it's about down to 28 or so.
Yeah, I think we pulled this up last time. We were
there's this French guy now qualified. The last weekend. This might be 29 now, but I know it's very exciting. I bet you at the end, other than Bonac, they'll be the same. No, Bonac was top 6. They'll be the same top 5, 6 again this year. I just don't see that shaking up there. Hunter placed 4th last year, and he wasn't any good. He's for sure going to be better. And then Nick improved. I just don't see how Hardy, Rami, and Brandon are not in the first call out. They proved themselves over and over again. And Bonac seems to be back to his old, the legs back up. So I don't see anybody of these new guys entering into that group.
Yeah, that's the same sentiment about it. because I'm looking at that group of guys and I can't see anyone.
Yeah.
Breaking into that
I think
top.
who has a real anger in him because nobody considers him is Ian. Placed 7th last year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he might have the best shot if he comes in not overloaded for once.
Mm-hmm.
And Hart, when he looked very, very good in Vancouver when he won. So maybe he has a shot. And then there is Andrew Jacked. Those are the two probably the closest kind of knocking on that group.
What about Derek?
Derek, sure. Oh my God, yeah, that's the one. The one wild card.
Yeah.
That's the one wild card. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Derek looks really good.
Good you mentioned that. He's incredible. The guy looks incredible. But I will see if I seen him the first time hard in the chest and shoulders. I never seen it. Never. But now when you see some of those training pictures, he seems to. It's really probably was true that this making the weight really hurt him in the past.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
So it can well be that problem will be solved. Yeah, he might be in the top 5. I'd like to see him next to Bonak or so. That's more than possible.
You guys think anybody in that top 4 is going to be out of that top 4 from last year?
Well,
they'd have to be really off.
I think Bonak probably could surpass Hunter.
Okay.
Bonak and Lunsford could probably surpass Hunter. But Hunter, I mean, again, he was not good and plays 4th. And he is improved size-wise, although he looks extremely watery. But, maybe it's his genetics. I don't know. And I've seen those pictures last week in the gym. I mean, wow, he looks like he is eating 50 grams of salt. And I don't know if...
John, that's MI40, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where he trains.
Yeah.
Love that. Look at even calves the guy got, the backbones are just outstanding.
Incredible.
Now, first time he will be next to heavier guys. In the past, he was always that big guy, even as an amateur. When he was in the light heavyweight competing at the USA this couple of years, he always looked like he's 10 pounds heavier than anybody else. It's going to be the first time, but that's not the case, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah, because he looks really...
Yeah, the guy is incredible.
Before.
He might have the best rear double biceps pose in the world.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Is everybody in the country now? Is Rami here yet, or we don't know?
Hody's here. Rami, I don't know, but Hody's here.
I know Hody's here.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. Is Brandon Curry, is he over in Dubai or is he here?
He's in Dubai, I think.
Is he? So he's not here yet.
Yeah, they'll start rolling into the gyms here after a while.
Yeah, you'll see all those guys.
Oh,
soon.
yeah, you're out there.
I've seen Nick in Vegas. I don't know if he stays there or it's just a visit.
Yeah, it looks like he's staying in Vegas. I think he might stay out there until the Olympia.
Who is that?
Nick Walker.
Nick Walker.
Oh, yeah, I seen him.
Oh, you seen him in the gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Walking out. I didn't know who he was until one of the other kids told me, and it clicked in my head, and I recognized his face.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You guys only go to my chain of gyms, but when I jump outside of that and go to the other locations, I see different bodybuilders.
Yeah.
You guys are interested in any of the other classes?
As far as like what classic?
Anything?
Open and classic is about the only ones I follow. I know you know more about the girls because you have some girls.
What about 212?
I haven't been following the 212.
212. I think I see that between Clarida and Prodigy.
Oh yeah, Keon.
What about Keon? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Kamal?
No. 3 to 5. I mean, I like how hard he is, but I think the other two are just too young to round.
Yeah, Keon's got a lot of potential. He just got to come in hard.
Yeah,
right. He comes in hard. I think he'll take the 212.
He has a really good coach now in Patrick Tour, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets that right this time. Classic, you guys have to tell me. I couldn't give a damn. I hate classic. I just hate that big class so much. I mean, why this stupid weight limit? You take all the best athletes out of classic. I mean, it's just You know, some people like C-Bomb, he can make the weight. I don't know if his bones are lighter or I don't know what, and still look good. And others, I have some great classic guy. The guy is born for classic. He's like overshooting that thing by 20 pounds.
Wow.
Wow.
How tall is he?
Yeah.
6'3".
6'3".
Oh.
He's shooting it by 20
Wow.
pounds.
6'3".
Wow.
Damn, he's,
Yeah, I don't know.
he's almost my height. Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about where would be like Bob Paris, Barry DeMay. I think they
Yeah.
would not even be close to that weight limit.
Yeah,
No,
you're right.
If you're like
too heavy.
6'2", what's the weight limit? Because it
Uh,
favors the taller guys, right?
Yeah, he does usually, but no, 238. But then first you have to become a pro, be 228.
Yeah.
And my guy with 228, he's looking like a bicycle rider.
Because I know like guys who are 5'8", they get screwed because they got to go down to like 180, 185.
Yeah.
That's what Breon's
Yeah.
got to do, and it just kills him every year.
Yeah. Wow.
He's got a great physique, but he just loses muscle at the end.
So
Phil, you would have done classic if had you been competing now, you think?
Oh yeah.
Well, I was 197 when I won the nationals, and I'm at 5'6.5". So I don't
Ooh,
know
you'd
how,
have to.
how would that fit in classic?
You'd probably have to come down 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
you gotta be
God, no way. I'd look like a cyclist.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you lose your weak body parts. You know that's
Well,
what comes first.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
always
you'd be
goes
kind of
first.
at that middle point where you'd be like between 212 and the classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I still understand half the time how they judge the classic, and it's hard for me to understand because I don't know what they're looking for. Sometimes that's a hard one because you can't be too big. You got to watch the weight class and the weight division. But
Right.
that's
I get confused with the bikini and the wellness. I can't figure them. I know the wellness's legs are a little bit bigger and stuff, but it's still
And their butts.
it throws me off.
Right.
Yeah, the bikini really turned into a genetical freak show. You know, your midsection has to be so tiny.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
sure.
you're just not competitive there. And then I don't quite like the trend totally away from muscles in the last year or two. I hope that will reverse again. And now your legs have to be so freaking skinny you can hardly work out anymore. So it's a little better when you go to the Masters Nationals and you qualify as a pro. There's a little bit, you can bring a little bit more muscle. But with the pros, I mean, we had this pro here in the desert, Ivana. She won like 7 shows this year. She just won last weekend in Alicante in Spain. I mean, you see that in the gym. I mean, the girl is short, it's like 5'1", 5'2", which is like under 100 pounds. I mean, it's just nothing. There's nothing left there. So, but that's kind of the trend. They want this extreme streamlined, small, tiny legs. Hopefully, it will reverse again. You know,
yeah.
So
we've got nationals coming up, I think, down here, right? Miami.
And that on the 3rd, yes, I have this really, really great wellness girl, and it's very frustrating what I'm going through with her. I think the program I put in place for her was like too good. So she starts like putting on so much muscle during prep that even with burning, a little bit of fat, it's not enough to get the weight down. And in every time she checks in twice a week. First, I had this program for her where we had 3 lower body workouts, like Monday, 3 weeks and 3 days a week, and with insulin loading that day. And carbs, other 4 days, be very, very low carbs and upper body stuff.
Yeah.
And that girl started to freaking like the legs got bigger and bigger and bigger. And she did burn some fat, but we're falling behind. At some point, you have to bring the weight down. This is, to get the small, tiny waist required. And we have to get down to, she's 4'11". We have to get down to about 110, 108, and she does 2 checks in. We took this whole insulin away. That just didn't work. She just it was like an off season for her, but she's leaner and bigger. So now we're just on low carbs, and she checks in Wednesday and Sunday every freaking time. 121, 125, 120.9, and I can't take any more freaking food away from her. So now I'm thinking of totally switching nutrients. Maybe try something totally different. Where I just switch the relation between protein, fat, and carbs. Just try something different because I can't take any more freaking food away from the girl. And she unfortunately paid for the whole thing. You know, she has the hotel and everything in Miami. So I kind of broke up. Maybe we should start focusing on amateur Olympia, but she's not happy about that. So we'll see how I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
What division is she in, JP?
Wellness.
Oh, wellness. Okay.
Yeah, I took her over 2 weeks before the amateur Olympia 2 years ago, and had pretty much had the last week or so, and she placed fourth because of a screw up of my part. You know, she would have been second, but now she's like on a different planet. She's so great, and tiny waist, everything perfect. You know, so we'll see. I hope she becomes a pro this year. I've seen her absolutely in a first, second call out at the Miss Olympia, you know, in the next couple of years. And, you know, I'm not really out there trying to train a lot of athletes anymore, but a project like that is very exciting, where you take somebody from kind of almost nothing and bring her possibly up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really exciting. I have another wellness girl. I want to post her pictures. She competed the first time last weekend, which pretty much showed up as a fat chick in my house this January, coming off her vacation. We didn't even know, are your legs fat or do you have muscle? What is underneath there? She wants to be a wellness girl. Wow, she cleaned up last weekend. She really cleaned up. She won her first show. She won the novice. She won her class. So then she goes for the overall. And there is this freak showing up who had to qualify for the nationals, who should never have been there on a kind of local muscle contest show. And I didn't see her in the pre-judging. I missed the Group E or thing. She was the last competitors. They all walked in, and I said to her after the pre-judging, you're going to win the overall today on your first show. And then she goes for the overall, and suddenly out of nowhere, this big-ass freak shows up. Okay? And my wife is like, oh, fuck, did you see that one? I said, no, I did not. You know, I guess we're not winning today. Yeah, but there's another, my girl, CJ is her name, tiny little waist. You know, you have that or you don't. Yeah.
There's no way to really train for that. Just got to have it or you tie it down. There's no.
I mean, really I find training wellness and bikini girls, I find it extremely exciting because the strategy behind it, you know, it's way harder when it comes to strategy, how to get that right, you know, than bodybuilding or any of those other things. You know, bodybuilding is kind of clear. You know, you get as big as possible and try to keep your midsection somewhat in check and then get hard. And then if you're lucky and have good genetics, you might be good, you know. So I always say that, like the example of Jay Cutler. What did Jay Cutler do? He blew up every muscle as much as possible and kept his midsection in check and became 3 or 4 times Mr. Olympia. It is not that simple in bikini. You know, bikini sometimes making progress is totally getting away from what the judges want. You know, so you have to kind of back off and know when to push. What can you take? Can you take anything? When should you take something? When not? It's very interesting.
Have you had any girls go pro natural, JP?
Natural?
Yeah.
Pro?
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
You don't know how that works? I didn't know. I mean,
I don't understand natural. I have no clue how that works.
Yeah.
It's always, you know, girls contact me, and then, you know, you go through the questionnaire and you go to the talks, and then they show me some pictures, and then I kind of ask, you know, because you have to respect natural, you know, I respect it everybody. And then when they're good, they say, oh, but I want to stay natural. I'm like, oh, it's such a letdown for me. You know? It's like, oh, shit, you know. Of course, I'm fully supportive, and then I will help you as much as I can. But I just don't know how to really get through weaknesses and stuff if you don't have the tools we used our whole life, you know. I wish I would, but I sometimes tell them, hey, contact my friend François. You know, maybe he can help you better. I just don't know exactly how that works, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, you think of the first thing, you just do the same thing, same supplement, same thing, just without the gear. But I don't know, you know, often I get frustrated, you know, you work and nothing freaking happens.
Yeah. Well, John, man, you had to work twice as hard probably as some of the other people.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've done that. You work and you train the hell out of them, and it's like they're not changing because they don't have the tools.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are girls going to NPC shows, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, again, if anybody wants to do natural, I will help you as much as I can. But then I do
You're gonna be at a
recommend
disadvantage.
another federation at some point, you know, because
Yeah,
otherwise
right.
you're just getting killed, you know,
Yeah.
on those
Yeah.
NPC shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense. You can't fly a plane with gasoline.
Yeah.
John,
Gotta
when you
have
were at
jet
your
fuel.
best,
Gotta have jet fuel, man.
Yeah.
John, when you were at your best, John, your best natural,
Mhm.
Yes.
what's your height and weight and all this stuff?
The heaviest I weighed was 5'8", 208 on stage.
See, that's what I'm talking about, you know. It's like,
And I could have been a little harder.
yeah. So
I mean, it was like, you know, 201, 205 was usually my norm, but that was big for a natural. I mean, a lot of the guys I was competing against who were my height were like 180.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's big.
Did you ever have,
yeah.
John, did you ever have days where you just got frustrated and you thought about it? You're like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And...
Well, there was a point in my early 20s where I did use drugs and I was going to NPC shows, but I didn't use them pretty conservatively. I was only using them like 12 weeks out from the show. And actually I was still about the same weight. It was a different look, but I was about 5'8", 208 or 5'8", 205. And I won local shows like state and regional level NPC shows. Then I went to the junior nationals. I couldn't even make top 10. And this was in the 80s. This was before they were really big. You know, this was when they only had the heavyweight class. They didn't have the super heavyweights yet.
Right.
Big deal.
That's
a big deal. You went that far at that time. It's still a big deal to be able to go that. Because I did my first show and I was natural and the guy beat me by 3 points and that was enough for me.
Yeah,
that was enough for me. I was done after that.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of opened my eyes was the last junior national show I did, which was 89. That was the best I ever looked. That was the best condition I ever looked. And I weighed 205. And I was talking to this girl from my gym, and she was in the women's bodybuilding. Back then, they only had women's bodybuilding and men's bodybuilding. Yeah. And we were at the check-in, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm really excited about going in the show." And she goes, I increased my Anavar for the show. And I said, "Oh, how many are you taking?" And she says, "I'm taking 12 Anavar." And I'm like, "Fuck, that's what I'm taking." She's a lightweight woman. I'm a heavyweight man. What the hell do heavyweight men take?
Was her voice deeper than yours?
Oh wow!
Well, if only we all had Michael Hearn's genetics, huh?
Step off, you know.
Yeah. If only we all had Michael Hearn.
I followed François' career from, you know, not the begin, but very, very early in. And it was incredible. I mean, we all thought he's lying back then, you know, now I know he wasn't. But then, you know, once Jean-Luc Favre and those guys came up in Switzerland, they just cleaned the stage with him. And he was then smart enough to just kind of move on to a different federation and still did great there. But, you know, that's kind of like, I know he wasn't like the best, he didn't have the best symmetry or so, but I think it's pretty much, I don't know, John, if I see that right, that's pretty as much as you can put on, you know, in a natural way. The guy had a lot of muscle, you know. It's just...
he was actually my inspiration, because when I decided to stop doing the NPC shows and went over to the natural shows, I looked at him. I think he was on the cover of a magazine, a natural bodybuilding magazine. I'm like, fuck, I want to look like this guy, you know, because he had the big arms, the big back. He didn't look skinny at all. He didn't look like what I thought natural bodybuilders looked like. So he was a big inspiration for me.
Yeah.
I remember I saw him backstage warming up, and the back was so incredible, guy, you know. So
his back was amazing.
His back was fabulous.
Did you have any people like with a lot more muscle in that federation winning shows than Frost was?
I don't think so. I mean, like I said, there weren't too many big guys. Most of the guys, at least when I was doing it, they were more ripped. And I think that's the trend now. If you look at the natural bodybuilders, they're just shredded, but they're small, you know, which makes sense, because if they're going to go for that kind of conditioning with the shredded glutes and stuff, there's nothing, they're not taking anything to hold on to the muscle. So they're going to lose weight. They're going to lose a lot of size. And that's what they do. You see these guys in clothes, they don't look like they work out. You know,
Yeah.
when they get up
Yeah.
there, they're shredded.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
And that's what the judges like. The judges like that shredded look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
always tried to come in a little bigger and fuller, and sometimes I lost and sometimes I won. But I would have to be, if I came in pretty ripped with my size, I would win. But you know, I was usually one of the bigger guys, you know, when I was doing it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was always striving to get Quincy's size because we're about the same height.
Yeah.
Right.
Just couldn't get it, man. Just couldn't get it.
Shit's
I
hard.
couldn't bust that 300 mark.
Trust me, once
Wow.
to try to keep it under 300.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hey Quincy, I saw that movie you were in on cable the other day. Was it Be Cool?
Be Cool. I did that and a couple of movies, a bunch of commercials, did a bunch of stuff. Made some good money off of that.
Yeah.
Best time, easiest job I ever had in my life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You won the one with Denzel too, where he won the Oscar. What was that? You know, where he played the bad cop.
No, I wasn't in that.
You weren't in that? Okay. There were some bodybuilders in that too.
No, I wasn't.
I don't know what show was that?
What movie is it? It's a great movie. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I know what you're talking about. I think I
with Ethan Hawke and Denzel Washington.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
you talking
I
about
remember that one.
What was
training?
it? Training Day.
Training Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some bodybuilders in
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Chris? That was Chris Lewis. One of those
Oh,
guys.
was it? Okay. Yeah, he was a big guy.
That was Chris. Chris was big. He's a trainer over there and goes to Venice now. Yeah.
Oh,
is he?
Chris
Okay.
Psycho Lewis. Yeah, you go. Yeah, I used to see him at 4 a.m. when I used to go into Go's gym, and then something happened between him and Charles, and he was asked to leave. He got kicked out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Anybody that Charles off had to go. Yeah. Anybody that pissed Charles off, they were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey, Phil, are you in that Hall of Fame, Beach Hall of Fame?
Venice Beach, yeah.
Yeah, you just got inducted in that. Wasn't that this past year?
Oh, that was 2018.
Oh, okay. I know it was pretty recent.
Yeah, they
So-
ended that. That last year was the last year. I think Lee Priest may have been the last one.
He was, yeah.
And yeah.
So
And the
you had
city
to
of
live
LA
there.
decided. I'm sorry.
You had to live there like all year, or you know, how can you get in that? Because I would have loved to be in that, although I didn't know they discontinued it. So
Yeah, they discontinued it. The city of LA decided they didn't want to put any more money into it. They were paying for it. They were sponsoring it, and I guess they ended it.
no, I wrote this whole pitch for me, but that's all useless now.
Yeah, they're too busy paying for all the homeless people there. They don't have the
Well,
money.
there you go. That's where the money went.
And that's
Yeah.
exactly where they are right now. Yeah, all the homeless.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Phil, I thought they stopped it because they said they ran out of space, you know, around the wall
Well,
there.
there is more space.
Oh,
And
there is?
And
Okay.
Joe
sounds
Joe
like a
Wheatley
bullshit.
told me himself that they could have expanded by building a wall,
Yeah, they could build a
you
wall.
know, like a cement wall.
Yeah,
And just
yeah.
started
Then they
from
would
there,
have had a ton
started
of
at the
space,
top,
right.
and just, you know.
Right.
But they could have done that, but they didn't want to.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So that they ended that for that reason.
yeah. When's the
Hey,
last time you
that-
trained over there?
Oh man, the day they closed the gym. No, they reopened. I had my last workout, so that was like June 13th, 2020, maybe, or I don't know.
Oh, wow.
When they reopened, they shut down for 3 months, from March 13th, March, April, May, June. Yeah, for 3 months. And I had my last workout there before I moved to Ventura.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And
Did
that
that
was
whole-
June 13th.
You did it.
And by then they changed everything around and rearranged the equipment, and they made a mess of it.
Yeah.
They have equipment now. They put in new equipment, and instead of, I say, a shoulder press machine facing it towards the mirror, they faced it away from the mirror. Why would you do that?
It's
I mean,
for the
that's
guys
good.
with the tripods. That way they can look
Yeah.
in. You got to get the double reflection.
First consideration.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to use a mirror when I train, and they face the machines away from the mirror, which makes no sense. And why do you have mirrors?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The
Yeah,
time I trained in Venice, I didn't even know it's an option to go over there. Every time I went over there, it's just a few homeless training there.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there's an option. I would love to have trained there, but I never did. And then Gold's Gym, I stopped going when they started this like $45, to get in. So a couple of times
a single workout.
Yeah.
As long as my workout.
As long as my picture was up there, I could at least a couple of times convince them, hey, that's me up there. But then they removed my picture, so I had nothing to go really for me. And I tried to walk through a few times, but it was too embarrassing for my wife. She didn't want to do that. And then I stopped going.
Yeah, it's the same thing I did. They wanted $50 just to go in there and train, and I'm like, dude, $50 to go train. No. It's just different. So I know exactly.
I used to go occasionally, just go to the beach and then go to the firehouse. But also to the firehouse, you go to the firehouse now, you're the only guest. The whole, it's all gone.
It's all over. It's over.
It's over.
Well, I'll tell you what they did too, JP. They put the equipment outside.
Yeah.
Under a canopy. So if I used to train at 4 a.m., it's kind of cold at 4 a.m. in the morning. I don't want to train outside. And if it rains, you get the wind.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they did that, but I don't know whose idea that was. And you hear the new the Gold's Gym owner was killed in a plane crash.
Yeah, I posted that. I saw that.
I don't know if that'll make any changes or not, but
well, they were trying years back just to take the pictures all off the walls and the people in there. It's only a matter of time before they tear it all down. Nothing stays the same. Everything gets torn down sooner or later.
Yeah.
They want to.
I think what I know, Google owns the building.
Right.
And only other courtesy to Arnold, they didn't close the gym down yet.
Wow. That may be.
Yeah. I think he asked to keep that legacy alive, but it will disappear eventually. I think they're already using the offices attached to it.
I didn't know that.
Now, I'm not up to date on my Olympia history. Did they host the Olympia there in California?
In 88.
88. Now, how come it was never stay there with Golds being there and stuff?
Good question.
And then in line 97 was Long Beach.
Yeah.
Right. Long Beach.
Yeah.
They used to move it around every year. I thought they moved around every year for a reason.
I knew they moved it around, which they don't do anymore. They've been trying to keep it in Vegas, but I guess.
Well, 98 was supposed to be in Paris.
Oh.
And then this whole thing started with the drug issues, with the bicyclists being arrested, stuff like that in all over
Tour
Europe.
De France. Yeah.
So they gotten scared. They were afraid that every bodybuilder might be arrested when they travel into the country.
Wow.
And they had it in New York.
You're probably right.
And then moved to Vegas and never left, except when the pandemic hit. So and I think next year we're going back to Florida for a longer time.
I
I
think so. What do you think it's going to do to the gyms out there, Quincy?
In Vegas?
Yeah, do you think it's going to affect them if they move Olympia out here?
Nah. A lot of them care as it is. The smaller gyms, but the big chains, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Sean Ray had asked me to talk to the guys at my gym to see if they would be the title sponsors for the Olympia coming into town, Las Vegas Athletic Club, and my guys were like, the guys that run the thing that I deal with, they're like, we don't need them. I was like, what do you mean you don't need them? Come on. They're like, they weren't trying to hear any of it.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they got a better deal like it. What's this kid's name's? I'm drawing a blank. One of the pro bodybuilders, nice gym out here. There's several of them out here that are very nice. And I know that changed over to those, but LVAC is like one.
In a way, like beside the Olympia, Vegas became the mecca of the athletes moving there. You think that will change if the Olympia is moving to Orlando for a longer time, that more and more athletes will move to Orlando, or Vegas is going to be it?
I think Vegas is happening now, right? Vegas is hot.
I think I'm coming here because of the simple fact there are a lot of gyms. The property's better. It's close to California. You can still get things done. And it's hot here. It's hot all the damn time. It's cold right now, actually. But it's just, I can't see it changing really fast like that. But hey, what do I know? I wouldn't be surprised if that takes that title, because if they keep having the show in Florida, maybe it will change. Maybe that's why so many bodybuilders did come here. You know, and it's cheaper to.
Hey, did you hear besides bodybuilding, nothing to do with bodybuilding, 850 people a day moving to Florida?
Oh yeah,
a day.
A day.
I hope they're Californians.
No, they're coming here. They're coming to Vegas.
A lot of New Yorkers. A lot of New Yorkers.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. A lot of people retire from New York and go to Florida.
Yeah, but they didn't affect our voting. We still came out ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the ones who are moving are probably it will more affect the voting in New York. The people who move to Florida.
Yeah. If they're moving from New York to Florida, they're getting tired of the blue. They're trying to go to the red. Same thing came here because they're trying to get away from the freaking. They're trying to get away from it. They don't want that. They don't want that blue. They want some red.
I think Californians would probably want to go to Texas and Arizona.
Yeah,
Nevada.
Right.
I think Nevada is still. Are you guys one of the states that they're still looking at? It's still pending.
Yeah,
the Senate.
And Arizona, they still have 650,000 votes to count. I mean, it's just outrageous. Yeah.
They're like the last state.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they're doing that mail-in stuff, which is crap.
Yeah. Because I'd be damned if I'm going to stand in line, man. Even if I got copies of my ID, I'd rather do that than stand in lines and have people. You know, unless they're going to make the election, the voting like for a solid month, you can go a whole month. Then it makes sense to me, you know. But who's going to stand there and watch it and they don't want to pay for it? I guess I don't know what the deal is with that, but I just because
mailing or not, you should find out, you know, in the 24 hours after the election, you know, who won.
Yeah.
In Florida,
there's a reason why countries like France and so went away from the mail-in ballots. They did do that for a while. You know, it's just people start to lose faith into that stuff.
Yeah, you're very right.
Yeah, we knew that night. Our whole state, everybody. We were done.
Do you have no mail-in ballots in Florida?
Yeah, we do.
They do, but they're early. Like it's if you don't have them in at a certain time, they don't. I guess they don't get counted.
Yeah, that's what I got mine in like before it was time.
I turned the news on at 6 o'clock and they're already predicting DeSantis won. I'm like, wow, that was fast.
Hey, did you see when the California votes came in? Less than 1%, and Newsom was declared the winner. There was not even a vote count yet. You know, it was declared the winner.
Yeah, they just did one precinct, and they said, that's enough.
We're gonna call it.
Yeah.
One of my clients started to ask me about my votes on the initiatives, and I said, you don't want to know, you know. So I said, please tell me, you know. And so as I told him, he got very upset with me. I thought, I think I'm free to vote whatever I want. Obviously, not here, guy.
Right.
Well, you just became a citizen last year, JP?
Yeah.
So you just able to start to vote. So you're all excited about it.
No, I'm not.
No,
because my vote won't count here. You know, I mean, one of the most liberal.
Well, one of your the way y'all system is, it kind of sucks.
You still vote. You still go for the R's. At least I do. But I knew this is not going to do anything.
Yeah.
So then
I find myself flipping many times. I might go one way, but then I wind up reading someone saying something about they don't like guns and they want to ban assault rifles, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not voting for that person.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden that blue vote turns into a red vote real quick. That's what happens for me. It's like I'm very selfish with that. I look at who's going to take something from me. If you're taking stuff from me, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you guys got pretty open gun laws in Nevada.
Yeah. And then people trying to take it away, and that's where I'm like, nah, even that. Because if you start talking about taking guns away, I'm not voting for you. I don't give a damn what color, what side of the fence you're on. That's one thing. That's one of my main things for me, because it's like, I live out here most of my life, and I've seen some things, and I'd rather have firearms given out. I'd rather have the firearms in people's hands.
Yeah. If you guys haven't watched it yet on Fox Nation, I don't know if you guys have that or not. They have a documentary on the Vegas shooting. Did you watch that?
What shooting?
I never did.
The guy that shot from the hotel a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Out there on the strip. And they it's all like raw footage of cell phone footage of people getting hit on the ground, and the actual it's in Fox Nation.
Okay.
It's a special, it's like Fox News is like, you know, their Peacock or whatever, you know.
It's
Their
their app.
their Netflix.
There was a concert.
It was
wasn't there?
it was a Jason Aldean concert. And it's,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's really good. It's very raw. It shows the body cams of the officers going in the hotel room and make an entry on him. And it's really, I won't tell you guys about it. Y'all need to watch it. It's really good.
I got that. You see stuff like that. It's one of those things like they should have been checking that guy. I mean, I'm all for checking laws, but
he came to that hotel many times with I mean, it's just crazy how many times they have him on video coming in with suitcases of ammunition and guns and
in and out.
Yeah,
that was stupid.
Yeah, I think he came about 6 or 7 times. He was there for about 2 weeks.
I knew guys that were there that night, and they were like, "Dude, this guy just walked in, kept coming in with and it's just ridiculous." It's like, dude, no one stopped him. I mean, okay, you don't want to put up metal detectors. It makes people feel same damn time. Like, come on.
Well, the problem too is obviously when you hear gunshots, everybody goes to the ground. Well, nobody realized that he was at an elevated position.
Yeah.
And you can actually see in the video the rounds just hitting the ground and it just going through everybody as they're trying to lay down and they're not realizing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, it's really eye-opening. So
did you guys see that Killer Sally on Netflix?
What is
it?
About Ray McNeil and Sally McNeil?
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw it?
Yeah.
She was in. I got like 4 letters from her when right before I turned professional.
Okay.
So I sent letters back and forth until I just got kind of a weird feeling. I was like, hey, let me leave this alone. but the story was kind of like, wow, okay, damn. Yeah, I was an amateur when that happened. And the other murder happened before that where the guy choked the girl to death and blamed the fact he's on steroids that he choked her to death. That video was pretty good. I was kind of surprised. For the whole video, I thought that actually she, had a case. Then at one point it was like, okay, wait a second.
Yeah, I just watched that, and she should never have talked to the police.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's really killed her.
Do you guys know Ray McNeil?
I met him once. Just met him. Didn't know him.
Met him one time when I was an amateur.
Okay.
Really nice guy. I met him once. That was the only time I ever met him. But I talked to her, corresponded with her many times.
So you corresponded with her when she was in jail?
Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Think about it. You put your address, your P.O. box in the magazine, and people send you stuff. You should see some of the stuff I got in my mailbox. It was kind of wild.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Put your P.O. box in a magazine, and I would just get letters from everywhere, all over the place, and I would get packages and all kinds of stuff, and it was wild. And then I got letters while she was in jail. And I wrote her back like 2 or 3 times, and after that, I kind of just something. I was young, freaking 22, 23, and I was like, okay, wait a second.
Yeah.
What was she saying?
When she said, come visit me, that kind of did it.
No, honestly, I was thinking she already killed one black guy. Just leave that alone, man. You don't want to pop your doorstep someday or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might get off and just show up at your house, and then you're like, what the fuck are you going to do with that?
Yeah. Got a problem.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet him, JP? Ray McNeil?
I did not.
No? Okay.
Yeah, he was competing as a pro, I think, just before I.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know when his last pro show was.
Yeah.
It was a few years. 93 was his last.
I remember.
I think 93 was his last year competing, or in the early 90s.
He was in the Olympia that year.
Okay. Yeah.
In Atlanta.
Yeah, because JP came before I did, because I remember seeing him once or twice in the gym when I was like a novice. So Ray McNeil was before JP, because I remember that vividly, and he was really big because I saw him twice in some different shows. I saw him and shook his hand once or twice. That was right before when Paul was actually coming up. He had just got his pro card, things like that. It was kind of like gold at that time. Gold gym.
Ray beat Paul at the North America the year before.
Right.
I was surprised to see that. I did not even know that until I watched a documentary.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that. I didn't see that show.
It's worth seeing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're gonna get a lesson when they talk about the girls with the wrestling. It just blew my mind. I was like,
Hey, I remember that. I lived next door, and John, you remember Pillow?
Yeah, yeah.
I lived next door to her, right?
Uh-huh.
A block from Go's gym, and she had these weird guys coming over there all the time. And I looked at her and I said, "Who are your friends? Your friends are," and that's what they would do. You know, she was servicing. I don't know, wrestling or just whatever it was.
Could
But
you
she had
hear
a
through the
list of
walls,
guys.
Phil?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, seriously, yeah, they were wrestling in there.
It was funny when Sally said, "Those are the people who stuck with me and paid my bail. The bodybuilders didn't help me. Bodybuilders don't have any money. Those weirdos do. Those weirdos do."
Right.
The schmoes.
yeah. Yeah. She said the schmo saved her. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. They would save her because they want her out so they can keep getting.
Sure.
Eyes, man. Like I said, I've seen some things, and it's just wow. Okay, and I just get to a place where I'm just like, just keep your mouth shut, Q.
Yeah.
She keep your mouth shut. She is out.
Yeah.
She's going
25 years.
Exactly, your mouth shut. And that's very difficult for me to keep my mouth shut, but I can do it.
Your life depends on it.
Hey, John, you just did some good interviews. What were you had a couple good shows?
Yeah, I finally got Rick Wayne.
Rick
I've
Wayne.
been after him for years, and I finally got him for an interview.
Yeah, I saw that.
Rick Wayne, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Rick Wayne. I want to watch that.
Yeah. Great. He looks great for 84. My
84,
God.
Yeah. He looks amazing.
Oh, my God.
It's hard to believe. 84 years old.
Yeah.
And he's sharp. He's still pretty sharp.
Oh, yeah. Very much. I think he's still working, Phil. I think he's still, he works for the St. Lucia newspaper because he moved back to St. Lucia.
Wow.
Yeah, he said that's what keeps him going is working every day and, writing stories, arguing with people, interviewing people,
Sure. Well, yeah. Yeah, I would.
Nice,
better than sitting in a rocking chair in a corner.
Yeah.
Getting cobwebs on you.
John, are you doing any reporting out of Vegas at the Olympia?
I'll probably write an article about it, for Digital Muscle.
Are you guys okay being in the 2-bedroom apartment?
Yeah, that's awesome.
You and Jason? Yeah, because then I keep the other 1-bedroom. And I have the 2-bedroom and 2 1-bedrooms. But if my girl, the wellness girl, can't win in the nationals, then she can stay with me at the other hotel.
Yeah, no, sounds good. Quincy, you going to the Olympia or no?
Oh yeah, I'm going. I got people doing that amateur.
Okay.
I got 2 people doing it.
Good.
Gotta go.
I'll hit you up when I get out there and we'll hook up.
Yeah, I just go to see, just take a look. I'm in a different place mentally, so I just kind of just go and watch and look at everything.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to prejudging.
Yeah. I want to see the prejudging.
Yeah.
What day are you getting out there, Jason?
I'm probably going to go Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's not going to be too long. I'm just going to do like a Thursday to Sunday because I have a timeshare in Pigeon Forge starting that Monday with my family. So I got to come back Sunday night.
John, you going for the amateur?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go out there Wednesday and probably leave on Monday.
Yeah.
Should be a good time.
Yeah.
Phil, you going? You going to go, Phil?
No, I plan to do some home repair stuff, some painting of the house and some different things. So I'm going to put my money into that this year. But next year it's going out to Orlando. I wish I had gone and planned it because this is the last year it's in Vegas, and that's like 4 hours away.
Yeah. Well, if you come to Orlando, man, you let me know.
I do. And definitely. And you know what? When I planned to have the repair work done or the home remodeling done, I didn't realize how great Olympia this was going to be because all these other guys have come on to it or been on put on the list, and I didn't foresee it being as big as it's going to be. It's going to be interesting. So I hate that I have to miss it.
Yeah. How do you think the Expo is going to be at the Venetian, John?
I heard it's going to be pretty good. I heard
Yeah.
it's bigger.
I think it's gonna be a good size because I know the one was it last year, the year before, it wasn't that good.
No, the Venetian's a beautiful hotel, man. It's like ridiculous. It's going to be pretty nice, I think. The Venetian's one of the hotels. It's really beautiful there.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I got
theater. I heard the theater's beautiful.
I got married there on the gondola once. My first marriage.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
interesting.
Hopefully it's turning out better for me this time.
I was keeping my comments to myself.
Oh.
Let me get off. I gotta go. I gotta get to work.
Yeah, I think we're about done. JP, you got to go work too. So
Yes, I'm gonna go meet François. Okay, thank you guys.
all right,
Tell him hello for me.
yeah. Thanks for
JP.
coming on, Quincy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Take
we'll
care,
see ya.
buddy.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Okay,
Thanks,
take
everybody.
care.
Take care, guys.
All right, see
All
you
right,
guys.
John.